Hello, people. I appreciate you coming to the show today. And let me tell you something. I wasn't planning on doing anything today. And then I put up a video last night, put it off hours. And I purposely put up my videos off hours to really see if people are interested in them. Well, one second. Give me 1 second, please. I'm getting a.
What, are you getting an echo?
Yeah,
Let me throw my headset on.
it might be for me. Hello, hello. Yeah, it was for me. I shut it down.
All
Okay,
right.
it's gone. So MRE said that he wanted to come on the show and talk about what's going on. I mean, so there's this woman from Florida that has been doxxed. This poor innocent woman that doesn't even know anything about what's going on here is now her face is everywhere. And I don't even like to call this the mob genre anymore because it's not the mob genre. This has become like the insanity genre. But anyway, MRE, why don't you tell us what you know about what's going on with this doxing and why you think it's
Well,
BS?
the only reason I'm here, I'm not here to bash FBS or Josie or nothing,
Yes.
but the doxing, well, and the person who put it up, I don't know what channel it was, I forget the name of it, but it was a small channel. It wasn't FBS or Josie's channel, but they were dropping this some blonde girl with an Aaron Carter stuff, all this weird stuff. And it's like her total docs, like DUIs, all this stuff. It's not the same girl who they think it. I think it's the New Beginnings page. It's not them. Just like I told them, it wasn't Lee Cole, and I knew that because let me tell you, I'll tell the whole chat too. Because, all right, here's how I know the New B people. I used to troll in the Aaron Carter community, right? And we all got into Aaron's Discord, me and all these people I didn't know, all this stuff. We got into the Discord, and all the people that trolled Aaron got thrown out of the Discord and went into an anti-Aaron Carter troll Discord. And everybody used to chat in the VCs and stuff. And most people had voice changes. And every time I talked to them, I never heard their voice. You know what I mean? I talked to them just with voice changes. But I did see a picture her husband dropped one time. It was like an after the wedding picture, but they were still in like their wedding clothes type stuff. And she got mad at the husband and took it off immediately, but only like 5 people seen it. But I did see it. So that's how I knew that blonde woman wasn't her. Because now the voice thing would be different because I've never heard her real voice besides like unscrambled videos on YouTube. But I never heard the voice, but that's not her. And they just doxed an innocent woman. And that's not cool. That's stupid. Get your facts straight. If you're going to really try to dox somebody, which is a scummy rat move, get your facts straight. That's all I'm saying. Because you just gave out an innocent person's shit to everybody for people to torture them. That's stupid, man. It's not worth it. And that's not the right girl.
I don't agree with what they did. I don't agree with what Tony did. I don't agree.
Oh, none of them. Me neither.
This stocks and listen. I've been mad sometimes. I've had fights with MRE, and I've said, I'm going to get back at you. Never did it. And a couple of times I had the legitimate right because I actually had a professional fighter send a picture to my house saying, I know where you live. That's one thing. But
and you never called the cops on that guy? Because people
Never.
said you called the cops on him.
Never called the cops. I don't like cops. I don't like cops around me. I get nervous with cops. That's just how I am. Been that way my whole life. I will not call a cop unless, God forbid, it's a life-altering moment.
Gotcha.
So why do you think this is going to get worse?
I hope not, and I hope they just drop it and see the big picture here. Because, like I said, once you go down now, look, I've been trolling for a while on the internet. I always say that, I sound like an idiot, but I never dox people and stuff. And I've seen communities that did get into the doxing realm. I've seen some that almost did and pulled out, and their community survived, and people just didn't hold it against each other. But then I've seen communities that started doxing each other, and it gets worse and worse and worse. Meaning, well, you could say, well, they already got my number, no big deal. Well, I don't want to say too much and give like either side any sick ideas because I know a lot of sick things, but it could affect your children it could affect a lot. And if I was them, I would not do it. I'm the type, even if you dox me right now, put all my shit out there. And if I had yours, I wouldn't do it because it's principles and you got to have a code. Even a stupid troll like myself with a dumb channel, a guy who makes voices, I act like a buffoon on here. Even I have morals. So look into yourselves deeply. And do you really want to be spreading a dox, especially a fake one? Now, if this was New B, listen. They wouldn't. They'd be quiet right now. They'd deny it. They wouldn't be promoting it. You know what I mean? Yep. They wouldn't be promoting it. Trust me, it's not. But I'm not here to convince them it's not. If you want to think that's her, go right ahead. I even left a message on her channel. Do you want to come on and talk to me, lady? People are accusing you of being somebody else.
Now, there's two people running around that are trolls, and they're in all these chat rooms, but they're especially in one chat room, and they're giving people information that's fake, and these people are running with this information.
Yeah,
can you please explain what trolls like to do to start trouble?
Yes, it's called concern trolling and befriending trolling, friendly trolling it's called. And friendly trolling is and concern is to get in with somebody, make them think you are the most honorable, reputable person in the world. So people that you don't like, you can throw their doxes to them. You can feed them info. So if you make these, let's say if I was just a regular troll and not on here making content and I kept coming into your chat, talking to you, we talk behind the scenes, making you trust me, winning your friendship, and you're fighting with somebody and I come with a fake dox, you're going to believe me. You know what I mean? So that's what that is, getting close, feeding them info, basically pulling their strings and doing their biddings. Because what trolls get off on mostly is pulling the strings, seeing a video that just went on the internet, something they created because they were all together laughing. I know I've done it before. Look at these 2 morons or 3 morons up here talking about what we just created with just BS and bullshit. So they get off on controlling.
You have some really good podcasters in here who are letting this kind of really affect their shows. Me, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm 61 years old. I'm only going to do so much in this. But you have some talented people that are letting these trolls control how they think and what they do. Would you say that that's what usually happens in these genres when these trolls take control?
I say it's not that they can really control them. They influence them and they use their anger. They'll wait for, so something bad happens to them and they'll use their anger and give them stuff at times. Some people they can control, I guess, to an extent, but they usually just manipulate, man. It's all about manipulation. And there's troll communities that sit together and compare. Look what I did. They get off on that stuff. And I gotta admit, I do too. Like when I go after scammers and when I see these mob rats, like get all nervous and quiver and cry about them getting trolled, I do laugh and it's hilarious.
I had literally my stuff, my Google stuff all read out online because a troll gave it to somebody. And then they also started the thing that I was a drug addict. Now, first of all, I could tell anybody here, I smoked pot in my life, took pain pills after my surgery, but I'm not on drugs. And if anybody, I'm the fattest drug addict on earth if I am a drug addict. But see, this is what they do. And then once you get that reputation, a lot of people believe it. So
I don't think people are going to think you're some raving junkie, Lee. I doubt that. But but here's the thing. When you come out with something, you want to come out and make sure you got 100% facts on it. I don't know about this drug stuff, but with anything, especially like what I'm here for doxing people and stuff, you better get 100% facts because karma's a son of a bitch. You throw something on some innocent person who has nothing to do with it. It's just
I'm going to show you. Talking about trolls. Like John Wolf just put up, let me put it this way. This is why I got you blocked, John Wolf. Lee likes Oxycontin.
He's sick. Okay. See, he's trolling you and he wants to get a rise on
but actually, he's been doing what he's trolling the whole community because he's been talking a lot of politics lately, using reverse psychology on
But that's what he does, though. That's what he does.
It's just irritating because people don't get it with him.
All right. It is irritating, but when you bring him up on the screen and like that and talk about it, you're making him come here more and do more content. You have to ignore them. If you really, everybody says that don't feed the trolls and everybody laughs at it, but that's one of the truest things around.
John, actually, I like you. That's why I'm disappointed in the shit you've been doing.
Well, you can't hold it against him. Like, he's made fun of me before many times. I don't hold it. See, I don't take it personal. As long as they're not trying to put your info or do weird things like that,
He
I don't
actually
hold it
he
personal.
doxed my phone number.
Did he? He's a sick
Yes.
bastard, Wolf.
Yeah, he
You're a
doxed my
sicko.
phone number. Actually, he did it.
Wow.
He was the first one to do it.
Yeah, see,
So,
that's not cool. See,
yeah.
that stuff I won't do. Like I said, whatever you want a troll with morals, I don't know, whatever. But I won't do stuff like that. Anything that comes to real life, like giving out information, sending like a pizza or a sandwich to somebody's house, or a stupid like party, anything dumb like that, I don't.
Well, I
do
actually liked what FBS said. He said that he never got the pizza and he was waiting there.
that.
So I actually thought that was funny. So, it's like, why is someone going to spend money on pizza? I mean, are you that bad of a troll?
Well, no, here's what they do. They will call there and manipulate them into some way, saying when you come there, I'll have the card. Maybe that's what I'm guessing. Who knows?
Right. Yeah,
Or maybe
I
they
guess-
give them a fake card. Some trolls are so sick they will buy a pizza for somebody. I've seen it happen before. There's sick people out there who will order you pizzas.
So what advice would you give to us podcasters that are trying to make our show successful?
I don't even want my advice, but if it was given, I would say just ignore them. Because if you don't ignore them, that keeps them around. Nothing gets a troll more angry. And remember this, his co-troll pals get angry when it's boring. Okay? So they're not going to stick on you long if you're not getting no replies. Like, all right, we need someone to talk. We need to get something out of somebody. So if this guy's not answering me after a few weeks, like, what the fuck? So they're going to come at the other troll and be like, this is not panning out. Let's go on to my idea, my thing, or a new thing. And it's seriously feeding them of it's going to make them come back, give them anything.
Like this guy, Mobrats Report. He came in and
He's nuts.
All of a sudden he turned on my show, and from every direction, it was like he was saying these things that were so fake, and it was obvious the trolls got to him. I mean, but in the end, it backfired on him. He literally destroyed his show.
Very true. But basically, it was him. It was a little bit of the trolls going to him, but it was mostly him trying to impress other people and thinking, hey, if I attack him, these people are going to like me and stuff like that. Him wanting to be liked. He must have been a very, the kids that get picked on in school. Maybe I'm wrong, but and plus he just lies. The guy like quadrupled down on debating me and defeating me. Both of me and him had a polite, nice conversation with each other, and I shared his channel for over a week. And he bragged about my channel, made videos saying how great my channel was, and then to impress people, maybe the helmet, I don't know who, and he started attacking me and making lies up.
How much does it bother you when the helmet comes on and he's about to be interviewed and these people act like he's like this superstar?
I wouldn't say it bothers me. I mean, it's sad, but I can't control what the chat does. And if people want to like the helmet, so be it.
No, I'm talking about the people that had the shows.
Oh, the content creators?
Yeah, they're laughing and they're all giggly like he's some kind of movie star.
I don't know if I've seen the giggle stuff. But everybody knows I don't agree with platforming, but I'm not going to hate somebody and attack them for platforming the rats. But I don't agree with it at all.
Okay,
I don't agree with it. But I wouldn't attack a content creator just because they interview stool pigeons.
Now, talking about your show, I noticed that, I don't know if you've noticed this, but your show's been growing lately real quick. You're up to like 3.6 overnight. I mean, in the last
I wouldn't
month.
say overnight, but I really don't check it much. I know it's in the threes, something like that, 350 something. I don't know, but
I actually think you're going to pass everybody very shortly because I notice your like and dislikes.
I doubt that. My channel's small. It won't grow. And in this genre, if you want to call it that, there's not many people in it. And the people that are in it are mostly people who like the stool pigeons. Now, there is a large and loyal group of people who watch my channel. Don't get me wrong. But they are people who don't believe in snitching or people who don't like informants and rats. So I do have a small, loyal following, but my channel is never going to grow and get big. Your channel will be bigger than mine. Watch. Trust me. A lot of these channels will.
Well, I don't really want it to be honest with you, because the bigger your channel gets, the more shit you get.
Well, true. With real, yes, real content. I don't consider myself like a content creator like you guys who show your faces and talk about your lives. I'm not one of them because I'm not selling myself. Like this is YouTube. You're selling yourself. People have to like you and they have to see good qualities. You see, you're a principled man and all that stuff. Most won't. Some will follow you and some will stay just in the room to chat. But if you're somebody who's always flip flopping with no principles, I don't think channels will go far. And
Well,
like I said, people don't like people love rats in this mob genre, the most of it. So my channel is not going to really grow, but I see your channel growing and the other channels.
well, when I first started this, I made a lot of mistakes, and you got to learn by your mistakes. And if you don't learn by your mistakes, you're going to be fucked. I mean, that's what it really comes down to. I know I made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, of course.
And one of them.
But you manned up to them and you owned them and stuff, and people respect that.
Yeah, well, and it's like I always said that I will interview people no matter who they are. It doesn't mean I agree with them.
Well, yeah, I don't agree with you platform and A-Light, you know what I mean? But
Right.
I'm not going to hate you for it and fight with you for it,
And I respect that. And Mob Rat Radio said the same thing. I mean, not Mob Rats. Well, you know that. Who I mean.
Oh, Mob Talk Radio. Yeah.
Jeff Canarson
Mob
said the
Talk's
same
cool.
thing.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's like a historian, He's like a mob historian and stuff. I really don't consider myself in the mob genre, but I might be. Who knows? Maybe I'm just a little stupid, But I don't do mob. I just make fun of gangsters, so maybe I am in the mob genre. But I don't consider them mobsters. I consider them rats, ex-mobsters.
There's a person going around right now that says they have lawsuits going against people for insulting them, and they were insulting everybody. But once they got hit back with the insults, now they're threatening lawsuits, and they don't realize how stupid that sounds.
There's going to be no lawsuits, okay? And if they did, it's a waste of their money. You're going to sue somebody for what? Putting your head on a video with dancing people and stuff. It's not like this legitimate slander. Like if I came on here and said, hey, Tommy, Billy molested somebody or called somebody a pedo, like that's some stuff you can get sued on, calling people a pedo with no proof.
Guns Broke the Con says, it's a shame how these rats are glorified the way they are these days. Disgraceful.
Yeah, it is.
And Tony says, I don't know what this is. He says, if he puts you in jail, he's very funny, I got to admit. If he puts you in jail and you want to get out, you got to give him money. And
Jesus Christ.
People actually pay him. I've seen people pay him a couple $100s to be unblocked.
Well, yeah, there is people who like and enjoy shows where people like go at and fight with people and all that stuff. But I think those, like I said before, I think those two guys should just end it because, like I said, it's just going to go tit for tat if somebody gets in trouble or something bad happens.
They've ended it a couple of times.
Well, it should stay ended. God bless them for ending it, and it should stay that way because it's not worth your freedom at the end of the day or any kind of real life bullshit affecting you for what you do on YouTube,
And you know what I hate? I do a show and people say, oh, it's drama. So anything could be called drama,
Well, this is not drama. This is actually defending and saying you're not supposed to dox people, especially when you don't even know who the fuck they are. An innocent woman's shit got put up there. And what if somebody did something weird to her?
I have a daughter who's a wonderful woman, and she would have nothing to do with this insanity and this. And then when people are calling this person my daughter,
her face is on it, dude.
Yeah, it's
on their channel. Yeah,
it's insane. It's fucking insane.
And here's my point: is they're just trolls and not honest people because that woman is not Lee's daughter, right? Whoever this girl is, Melissa Tard or whatever her name is, okay. She is not your daughter. So why put Lee's daughter's picture up there? He's not behind this. And I'm not me and Lee are not like great buddies or nothing. I don't talk to nobody off YouTube on phones or privately. I don't talk to nobody. But what's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. And for doxing that woman, that's wrong. And for saying it was him, it's wrong. Or at least say you're sorry. Hey, admit when you're sorry. People respect that. Because Like, you can't have both. Is it Lee's daughter or is it the girl Melissa / Jessica, whatever the fuck her name is? Who is it now? And Lee, is that your daughter, Jessica Melissa Turd? The
No,
Aaron Carter super fan? Or
absolutely not. My daughter doesn't live. My daughter doesn't live in Florida, and
so
she
my
wouldn't have anything to do with this
my
crap.
point is the content creators. All right, look at that. Look at that guy who posted that. Do you think he's a serious guy who thinks what was done to you was so bad that he's trying to help you? Or do you think he's stoking flames and trying to start fights? Because that's what he's trying to do.
There's two guys. And I caught them one day in a chat room talking to each other.
They were your rejects. You kicked them. They left your channel for whatever reason. You beefed with them, or they beefed at you, whatever. They left your channel, and then their whole mission was to fuck with you.
And I literally caught someone. I put up a video the other day of Jeff Nadeau when he was. Did you see the video when he was?
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious trolling. And I don't hate Jeff. I got nothing against Jeff, but that was some funny trolling shit. I got to admit it, because that kid on TikTok, man.
So after I put that video up, a person that's in these chat rooms went to that channel and said, "Lee Cole's using your video. Did you know that?"
Oh, really?
Yeah, just to start shit.
Oh, yeah, that's what, and you can't blame them. It's all in the game.
This person's not a troll. This person is a simp, is a certain person's simp. And,
are they content creators?
No, they're nothing. It was Pasha. And I'll say your name, Pasha, because it was you. And she actually did this. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Because she's so mad and emotional, sticking up for whoever she likes against you, thinking you're behind this troll page. And let me tell you something. This troll page, the new B page, is not like the bloody face guy. I don't see the new B page doxing people, what I've seen people say. I don't see them putting penises on people or acting degenerate. Bloody face gets degenerate. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that. I don't know that guy, and I don't want it. But, the new B page doesn't do that. I don't know why they have such a beef. I was wondering that and tried kind of ask them that in comments. I have no reason. I have no idea why they don't like him so much, but Lee did not sick them on him. Honestly, I don't even think they really hate FBS. I just think because he replies to them so much and acknowledges them that they just keep going,
I actually had a couple trolls tell me that the reason they took my side is because at one time everybody was attacking me.
Yeah, I thought that was low hanging fruit. Everybody just piling on, and it's like going after low hanging fruit. Yeah,
but they don't understand. I can handle this. It's not a problem. But when you start trying to destroy someone's life, literally going into their life, like they had my son on, literally going into their life, we're getting at a whole new level.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean by going off the internet. And someone says bloody face videos. A couple of them were funny, but the stuff with the wives and shit, that wasn't funny to me. But them doing that to you was wrong. They shouldn't have done that. That's not good.
And it's just like a certain content creator. I used to stand up for their wife that they had on, but then when the wife starts insulting people on the show, she is no longer your wife. She is a content creator also. That's the reality of it.
It is, but it's still wrong. Okay, here's my point. All right, yeah, you put your wife on stream. People are gonna fuck with her, and so a lot of people say it's fair game. Me personally, I don't think it's cool, and I wouldn't do it, and I don't think people should do it. But at the end of the day, when they're coming out with you like that, all I can say is that I don't believe in that, and I don't like that. That's just me personally, and my sort of trolling is I don't like it. But I can't control nobody to tell people to stop. They ain't gonna listen to me.
You know what got me mad with this whole thing, though? I was defending her, saying no one should attack her. And that night she went on a show and said, I don't need Lee Cole defending me. So, it was like, are you kidding me? I've been defending you and you're going to attack me now? So I disagree with the wife shit, too. To this day, I disagree with the wife shit.
Yeah, I've never heard you say anything mean about anybody's wife or nothing.
And I wouldn't. But once you start attacking people, you're gonna get hit back. It doesn't matter who you are.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
Cousin Paulie says, "What story? Cuz listening because whenever he's all done talking about people, I don't know what. Sometimes people write way too much stuff. An organized crime podcast. Do you think that fighting midgets is better than what? What do you think about Jeff Nadeau? He has a. We should really push it. He has a boxing match coming up against
Oh,
the guy.
that's about.
That
Who's
guy
it fighting?
that guy that pranked him is fighting him.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's
Yes.
interesting. I'll give Nadeau credit for going in the ring and box, and I give both of those guys credit and respect. But that was an epic troll move. But I give both of them credit for going in the ring and box, and it takes a lot of heart on either side to go in the ring and box.
And the guy fighting Nadeau said he wasn't even training.
Well, maybe you should. Anytime you box somebody, you should train.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there.
Was that going to be on YouTube? Like somewhere on YouTube?
I don't know. I hope that Nadeau gives that information out because that's kind of interesting.
He probably will. He'd probably want to promote his own fight, obviously.
And I consider what I did the other day by showing that kind of promotion for your fight, Jeff. I know you're in here right now. So,
yeah, that was funny because that kid who does the TikTok stuff, that kid's a character, and he's good at it too.
I didn't realize that he was a regular.
Oh, he's a regular. He does it. That's what he does. People, he'll do favors for people, and maybe they pay him. I don't know totally what's going on, but yeah, he trolls people on TikTok and tells them that they're going for rehearsals for movies. And what was he rehearsing though? A movie? I didn't really understand too much. I wish they put more of it up.
Yeah, he was actually saying that they were looking for somebody to do a part in something. And but it was
say hello to my little friend.
And he stood up. He got him to stand up and everything. I mean, Jeff.
It was good, but he took it well though. It's not like he started like spurging and punching the screen and shit. So it was. I thought it was funny, and it's good publicity for their fight too.
Okay, so you're definitely willing to say that this girl that they put up is not.
Yeah, it's not. Trust me, it's not. Just like I told everybody before, that wasn't Lee's daughter or son, and how I knew that was because when that person, the new beast, first started coming around, they were dropping little hints to me like they knew me, like Duster. Because Aaron Carter with the Duster stuff and little things from the Aaron Carter community. And then I says, this is somebody from the Aaron Carter community. And then over the next few weeks, they kind of like in the comments told me who they were, basically. Like not who they were, but the group that they used to troll with and stuff. So I knew that. But that blonde broad, Jessica, Melissa, whatever. Yeah, that's not it's not that person.
Yeah, do you think that?
And they didn't even put it home. I didn't mean to cut you off, Lee, but they didn't even show how they found. Like, how did you even know that was the person? Like, did you listen to her voice? Did you because that's not the person. Like, you got to do your homework before you do that.
Kane Shade and I were talking the other day, and we looked at some old videos when we first came in here. Every one of us were very different, and we all changed dramatically. Would you say that's common when people start their shows off? Yeah.
If someone comes out with a YouTube channel, they're going to, a lot of things happen. Yeah, they're going to change up a little, their ideas and things on stuff.
No, I'm talking about changing in a bad way, where they come in and they're kind of mellow and laid back, but then once that they start getting those sub coming in, it seems like
I've seen people. Yeah, I've seen that happen too. People get big heads. I've seen people when they get trolled, they lose their shit and just do like a lot of erratic stuff that they wish they never did. I've seen that happen too.
And I've been very guilty of it. The trolls have done a number on me. And but after a while, once you start learning them, either you're going to learn them or you've got to leave the genre. I mean, that's the only choice you have.
Yeah, 100%. It's just when it goes to real life, that's the problem. Yeah. It's just dangerous. So anybody who would want to like meet and fight off computers blows my mind. It really does. I just can't grasp it.
You never have no fucking. First of all, if you're a street person, you would never say, "Come meet me."
Or even want to fight someone over a YouTube. They like, why? It's retarded.
And a true tough guy is not going to tell you they're coming.
No, definitely not. No.
Any one of us here, they know where we live. Everybody. People can easily get our addresses.
Yeah,
You
nobody's
know,
gonna go to no one's home or no. Now, like I said, you might have like loonies who send weird things and do stupid stuff like that. Like I don't want to give anybody ideas, but there's a bunch of weird things people do to like get even and mess with people. Like even with women, they call like CPS on each other and make lies up. There's girls on YouTube that are losing their children right now because of fighting with other people. Go look up a girl named Trisha Licious, for Christ's sakes.
well, this person says doxing is wrong, but saying a cancer funder, this has gotten a lot of play lately. I don't know if you know what they're talking about, but saying a cancer fundraiser is possibly fraudulent is next level evil.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I'll tell you exactly what he's talking about. Vinny, Vinny Bracco?
Yeah. I actually donated a few dollars to
He started
Toys
the
for
fund.
Tots, I think it was, and I did
Yeah.
Code of the Streets is doing a Toys for Tots thing, so that's cool.
Well,
that they're doing that.
you have some people collecting money, and then you got other people saying, you got other broadcasters saying that it's fraudulent, and saying that the people are stealing the money.
Really? How do they know that?
Insinuate it. They don't. They're just saying it.
How do you know they don't know that though?
Because they apologized for it.
Okay,
But it was like
right.
a day. It was a day later, and pretty much, But then you got Jimmy Calandra, who is actually saying to send money to this guy named Stacks into his actual apps.
Well,
But don't have the one guy for doing it, but not another guy.
No, I know,
I'm
but
not saying there's nothing.
I don't like the helmet. I got nothing against Stacks. I don't know him that well. I don't like the helmet, but if the helmet wants to tell people to donate to Stacks, he has every right to.
And what I'm trying to say, what's good for one is good for another. Don't accuse one of being a thief and not the other, because all of us in here, a lot of us, the majority of us, are felons.
Oh, why Stacks? Why is Stacks hurt or something? There's a fun like. What do you mean?
No. He's not hurt. He's actually has something going for kids.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
And,
good for him.
And it's not our job to find out who the thieves are. It's the
no, I know.
cops.
These people think they're the policemen. Some people think they're like policemen, and they have to find out things about everybody. Like, just stick to your own thing, and don't be a ficanaz. The Italians, they got be.
When you first started, I used to get on your case because you would not show your face or use your name. I came in here using my regular name right off the fucking bat, like an idiot. And if I could change things, the first thing I would do, I would not come in here using my regular name. But the good thing is all my shit's out there. So, but you were right.
Well, that's why I didn't do that, because I wouldn't want, let's say if I have family members or children or whatever, I wouldn't want them tortured or, their faces put on dirty things and stuff like that, because there's channels I used to have that I would go on and talk, years ago, like with animals and stuff, but not why I'm trolling and busting bull, especially making fun of a bunch of dirty stool pigeons and I'm talking about A-Light and Gene, who put the dirty pictures on people's faces and stuff like that.
Oh, they did a number on me.
Yeah, they called you a pedo. It's like, why would you ever call someone a pedophile with no proof? It's disgusting.
Stacks literally came on my show and called me a pedo when we had that debate.
He did apologize for it, though, like the day later.
It was a half-ass apology. It wasn't a real apology.
Well, he still said it, though, at least. So if anybody's listening, they're going to know that this guy knows he's not a pedo, because...
He's still saying it. He had Ramondi on his show last week, and he went off saying that he knows some guy in California that says that he knows me as a pedo in Texas. What the fuck are you talking about? And instead of Stacks cutting him off and saying something to him, Stacks is like, has this little smirk on his face. And you know what gets me?
He should have said, "Hey man, can you prove that?" Or like, that's a serious allegation.
And that's the thing. Anybody that is a sex offender, 90% of them you can find out whether they are.
Yeah, of course. There's if you look up in your neighborhood, like here in South Dakota, Little Italy, when I look up in the thing and it shows all the red houses that there are pedos at.
South Dakota, huh?
Yes, right near, like if I look out my back window, I can see Roosevelt, Lincoln, Jefferson, and Washington.
So what do you think about all these people that are always trying to find out who you are?
I knew that was all in the game when I started. I knew that these stoolies would just try to find out who I am because they think that's going to stop me, but that's only going to empower me. Here's why: because now I can fight all their strikes and stuff, and I don't care.
Now, I had 4 strikes, YouTube 4 times in the last 8 weeks, where people tried to strike down my channel, and YouTube rejected all of them. And I even know the names of the people that tried to strike me.
Well,
I don't,
here's
and I
the
don't go out
thing.
and saying the names.
Here's the thing, Lee. YouTube's getting wise to that. And when they
Yep.
see a Pacific email and channel constantly striking people and they lose all them strikes, eventually I've seen it backfire. Because like I said, I know some trolls, and then I know some real scummy trolls, that will strike channels. And I've heard them complain before about, oh, I struck a channel so many times, like I lost mine.
Well, that's
So
what,
it can backfire.
and I had 4 of them. I literally had YouTube like almost apologizing to me that I'm being hit like this. They
Yeah,
said
I get hit with it all the time too. It sucks.
now, and people will say, I've only went after one channel. It was you. And it was when I had A Light on and you did a live show while I had A Light on.
Yeah, that's like literally still strange
That's
sniping somebody. Yeah.
That's the only time I did it. And I fessed up and said I did it, and I would do it again. I don't think anybody should this is the one thing that I think people shouldn't do is use live shows and stream people's live shows because it's
Well, that's what the bust balls. To do that is that's why I did it, to get under your skin and bust your balls,
Oh, you did.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. That's what it was all about, getting you mad. Because I could have just waited afterwards and used it. But no, that was just to bust your balls.
Well, you did a good job. MRE was grossly disfigured in a tricycle accident in Mount Rushmore. I didn't really. I didn't.
Well, it
what was
wasn't
happening
Mount
out there?
Rushmore. It actually happened in San Francisco. The big hills down in San Francisco. We all went to a soapbox derby where you build like little rascal type little soapboxes to go down the hill. I went down on a tricycle, and let's just say it didn't go well.
Pro Justice says, now Pro Justice is very respected, right? Would you say that?
I don't remember. I don't see him much, but I don't know who he is, to be honest.
When Jimmy C met the A-Lights years ago, the plan along with Sammy the Bull was to make as much money as they can on YouTube. Three rats being praised in a lockstep.
Yes, 100%.
Now,
I agree.
Now, the good thing, I wanted to mention this to you and see if you remembered it. Well, I'm sure. Panisi got shut down along with, what's his name, Pasquale, because Pasquale actually put somebody at a scene of a murder and testified something else happened.
Yeah, he's a liar.
So do you think? I think that that's a good thing it happened because these FBI people and stuff are going to start having rules where these rats getting out of prison can't have YouTube channels.
Yes,
it's embarrassing to FBI now.
Yep, and I think that's a good thing. I don't think these dirty stool pigeons, and maybe people disagree, I don't think they belong on YouTube. Telling these wannabe gangsta, reliving their gangsta moments, threatening people. Look like the helmet said about your, like, I hope is, but I know you made fun of Paulie G and that was wrong. But him to go on there, oh, I hope his brother blah 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 blah. Like, come on, what kind of change man are you? Like, I understand you're mad that he made fun of your friend, God rest his soul, but you're not the bigger man or the changed man. You got to say something like that. That's disgusting.
Well, he also went on saying that you shouldn't worship people like John Gotti Jr. and John Gotti a couple days ago, but he defends Paulie, who was a murderer.
Well, he's got a Sammy the Bull picture right behind him, and it's odd that he says that with a Sammy picture behind him.
Did you ever think you'd see the day where Sammy the Bull is on the internet loved after he was called
Never.
biggest rat? And on every newspaper, like you and I were at the age, I know you're definitely.
Yeah, I'm older. Yes.
So we're at the age where we remember Sammy Gravano being arrested and being on every newspaper. He was the lowest form of life in the world at that time.
Yep.
I never thought I would see someone restructure. Sammy Gravano proves that anybody can come back from the fucking bottom of the barrel.
Well, yes, only on the internet, though. In real life, You're not going to go any Italian festival, any place where Italian guys are and hanging out with a Sammy the Bull shirt. People are going to not like you. They're going to think you're just a dirty, and no one will do it. Even the people that bought those Sammy shirts, go to your local Italian festival. Any of you Italians around there still live in Italian areas like I do in Dakota, right? And you tell me if anybody got a Sammy the Bull shirt. Nope.
Yeah, it's amazing though.
But yeah, you
because-
are right though. He's reinvented himself on the internet, and he's got all these people that love him, and he's making money. It's all about making money and the grift and to make himself look great.
And they don't realize that this man would put a bullet in their head if he was a partner, if they were his partner.
He shot a boy, Alan Kaiser, God rest his soul, was murdered, shot in back of the head and shot in the back.
Now,
by Sammy.
people don't realize that Jimmy Calandra, when he first came on here, and I did an interview with him, right after that, Jimmy turned on me, and it was based on the fact that of Alan Kaiser. Sammy Gravano did not want that show to happen, and Jimmy told me that. And when I told Jimmy I was still going to do the show on Alan Kaiser, he went after me. That's what happened between me and Jimmy, nothing else.
Yeah, I think Jimmy admitted that too and said, I told Lee Cole to back off Sammy, and he wouldn't.
Guns Broke the Con says, thank you, by the way. MRE is a piggy bank and Richie Rich safe the vault inside Mount Rushmore. Yeah, so
there is a vault
a lot of
in Mount Rushmore.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there is actually.
Well, that's some interesting shit. So yeah, a lot of people will say to me, "Oh, you turned on Jimmy and stuff," but they really don't know the story. And that's what really irritates me. The mistake I made was getting involved with him, which I should have never
Yeah,
done.
so a lot of people believe too, if Jimmy throws some Jimmy dust on you, you would run back to Jimmy in a heartbeat.
No. John A. Light can throw John A. Light dust on me. I wouldn't run back to John A. Light either. Okay. I was never there with John A. Light. Okay. What's funny, when you talk to John A. Light, it's like John A. Light isn't in person is the exact person you see on TV. There's no difference. And I wanted to mention this to you. When he was doing that show, Locked Up Abroad, it was like he was looking at the camera, telling these lies, and he had this smirk on his face and laughing because he knew he was pissing the Gottis off.
Yeah, and he had a cocked neck too. His neck was all cocked to the side. And he made so many lies up in there.
Oh my God. That was like, and the fact that people don't question people on these things.
Well, I don't think they're supposed to. They just let him talk. But why wouldn't you do your research before that and not even have him on? But it's amazing.
Well, isn't it amazing how many the biggest fake I've seen yet is Anthony Raimondi, and the fact that he still gets platformed by certain people is incredible, and that guy had nothing about him. Matter of fact, I have not really seen you talk on him at all.
No, here's the thing: is he's not a rat. I don't agree with the stolen valor. Okay, I don't agree with that at all. I think that's low, but I leave that up to the stolen valor people. And I got no beef with the guy. He's a crazy old dude from Coney Island that likes telling stories, and if he can make a few bucks from it, so be it. But the stolen valor stuff is low. That's not good. Maybe he was in the army. All right, maybe he was in the army, but he's embellishing that he was a sniper. And that's not cool because, there's snipers who died and shit for our country and all that stuff. And why lie? Just say you were in the army for a year or two or whatever happened. I don't know.
And, he's the kind of guy, though, when people come after them, he goes after those. Like me, he called me the child molester from Texas. And then the guy that was on my show that was from the Green Berets that actually came forward and said this guy was never in the, he's a fake, total fake. And he put it up on his IG page on their site, and he went after that guy even.
Did he call him a molester too?
No, he said that the guy wanted to bribe and give him a call at his house and wanted money. It was total bullshit because the picture was already put up.
Well,
why would he want money after he put the picture up?
True, but that's where they lose their credibility, calling people child molesters and all this stuff with no proof. And then it comes out the guy's not a pedo, and it just kills your credibility, and it looks terrible. It looks like you just go on emotions and anger, and you'll say anything.
Cuban says, friendly advice for those befriending rats. It won't work, especially if you're not a rat yourself. Trust me. You know, Cuban, I trust you, but you're in a certain chat room of someone that's guilty of this. Just saying. Okay. Look, Jason. Okay, I don't want to see read that. That's just
BTK, he looks like.
Sandra Luciano, you are a platform to tell the story of victims. You have every right if it's done with integrity and honesty. And we should be talking about the victims here. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, 100%. Especially the Alan Kaiser kid, or any victims that you know of, should be talked about.
Now,
It like really, I don't know who the Georgie Grasso or Gebert guys are. I don't know who they are though. I heard they were bad guys too.
And what do you think about us? And I'm guilty of this too. Getting away from what we came in here to talk about originally.
Yeah, I would say people should stick to that. What the original plan was. Don't get sidetracked by beefs and stuff like that. It's just not smart. It's just not good.
Cuban B, maybe I have you mixed up with somebody.
Yeah, you might, because Cuban B's pretty solid. I've seen him. He's going to be Shades' co-host. I've seen him around for a while.
Okay,
He's
well,
he
sorry.
doesn't like stories.
I apologize, Cuban B. There's somebody else that has that name there. Please understand.
Well, here's what you got to know. A lot of people are dubbing other people's accounts nowadays. So maybe you've seen somebody with that name, but it just wasn't him.
Well, I totally apologize to you, Cuban. I totally take it back. I would never want to do that to somebody.
But, you know, Lee, I tried to contact that lady, the one that they doxed.
Yeah.
I left a message on her channel. I don't know. I hope she gets back to me.
You know, I looked for her too. I couldn't find her.
Yeah, I found it. No, I found her channel and I left her a message and I hope she gets back to me. Because I would bring her, I doubt she'd want to. She probably won't want nothing to do with this community, but I'll ask her, hey, do you want to come on and prove that, like, well, she probably won't want to come on. It's going to bring more exposure to her docs or whatever, but I am going to get in touch with her and offer her to come on. But
well, on top of that, they viciously attacked her, called her a drug addict, and
well, they put her whole record up there. The lady had like some crazy charges too.
Yeah, but it was mostly driving shit. You know, it wasn't like it was a couple of drug charges, but it wasn't like you know, people in this community shouldn't talk about anybody's records because a lot of people in this community have some fucked up records. So,
well, it's the doxing thing in general. It's weak. It shows that you have no argument. It's weak. And when you do stuff like that, your future enemies, especially if you're going to be on YouTube for a long time, people in the future are always going to find that. And that's going to give them the high moral ground to do that to you. Because they're going to be like, look what you did to this person and bragged about it.
New beginnings. Thank you for doing that. That's why I apologize to Cuban B. Like I said, I don't ever want to be guilty of doing something like that. So, you know, you're right, though. You see, though, right there, I did something that this guy, Cuban B, gets trolled with other accounts. And I jumped to a conclusion. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah, and it happens, but I make mistakes, too. I've made mistakes, but if I make a mistake, I'll own up to it and apologize, you know.
Okay, this guy says, Parasite. People like Lee and Callie G hate FBS, so they try to make him look like a fibbing lib who just out to make girly titters. First of all, your name. Really, it's hard to take you serious. But I'll tell you what. If you believe that, you could believe that. I can't say nothing to change your mind. That's all I could say. You're already set. You already have your mind made up.
What's he mean? Flaming lib tibber? What does he even mean?
Well, because he's saying that, you know, it's a political thing, you know.
Oh, all right.
You know, and I'm not going to get involved with that right now because it's like you said, you're not here to bash other people.
No, and whatever someone's politics are, hey, so we're not here for someone's politics, you know.
This is about a more serious thing. This is about an innocent person being doxxed. That's more serious than our
politics. And I don't even care what somebody's politics are. Like, if someone was a Democrat, I'm not a Republican neither, but I am a right-wing person. But I don't care if you're the biggest lefty around, as long as you don't act like a jerk and you want to collaborate and make fun of stoolies, hey, no problem.
So what's happening about all this? Has the original doxing vid been taken down?
No, it's still up. It's definitely still up.
And they're not. See, you have to know that these two guys that are involved with this doxing, they don't want to take it down. They're not going to take it down.
They have a vendetta against Lee. They were his mods. They were Lee's guys. And then so I don't know how the beef happened between them and Lee. And then they've been on a crusade going after and feeding people who don't like Lee's stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people that I've called. I said go to their channel right off the bat, and I supported them from the very beginning. And then the next day they'd start attacking me because these trolls would get to them and say Lee's this, and this, and boom. And don't get me wrong, I have done some fucked up shit in my life, but not nearly the bad shit they say I've done.
No, not a pedophile. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't care. Call me anything, but when you start calling people pedophiles,
and then they won't even admit they made a mistake. At least say,
No.
hey, I'm sorry for calling them that, or hey, I'm sorry for saying that's your daughter. Because remember, they know that girl, whoever Jessica or Melissa is, she's not your daughter, and they know that, right? They know that's not your daughter. But guess what? They still put your daughter's picture on as an avatar on a page. So it's not about, hey, we want to stop this little stupid, silly clip channel who doesn't even do nothing filthy anyways. Even I don't agree with everything on that channel neither, but put it this way, it's not doing filthy stuff. It's not doxing people. Like, what right do you have to put Lee's daughter on someone who's not even his daughter? It's not even his daughter. So you're just doing it for the fuck of it. That's why the content creators don't trust them people, because they're just here to set people on each other.
Bruce called MRE. That's what Tony has to watch out for these guys. God, him, he needs to do live streams. Okay,
Yeah, he should.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about live streams. When we start talking about how popular people is, when you do 2-3 live streams a day, first of all, I think it's crazy. And I do like one a week, maybe 2 a week. I used to do a lot of them. But what I found is when you do live streams, I don't know if sometimes you say shit that gets you in trouble. Would you?
Yeah. Yeah, I say dumb shit a lot of times, for sure.
But I think you're more careful. Like people that like to have tempers, they'll start saying shit.
Well, they let their emotions get in control of their mouth.
And we have 2 guys really fighting right now, going at it. And they're saying horrible, vicious shit to each other. And I don't have to tell you who the 2 guys are. You know who they are. So they're going at each other and they're talking vicious shit to each other. And a lot of this has to do because they're doing so many live shows. I mean, 2-3 lives a day, 6 hours a day. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, but you can control what you say, though, you know. You don't have to say that. You can do 1 live a week and make fun of somebody and they can be just as mad. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to do 3 of them a day. But hey, God bless anybody who can, you know. If they want to do that, they can.
I used to do 1, maybe 2 a day, but I stopped because mentally it was fucking me up in the head. I'll be totally honest with you.
And then you got to think, and a lot of people just like somewhere to hang out. Think about that too. A lot of people, especially who like just chatting with YouTubes and getting involved with all the drama, or just like even bullshitting in chats. A lot of people will go and like look at the people who watch volcanoes and watch little puppies sleep for 12 hours. There's thousands of people, and people just want a place to chat too.
Lee Cole, just a fact check before your label. Apology. You know what, Cuban? You're absolutely right, and I'm going to remember exactly what you said. His apology means more to me than anything in his show right now. I'll be totally honest with you.
Yeah, Cuban's
him accepting it.
Yeah, nobody wants to be called a rat or something like that.
But when you let your emotions get in front of you because of other people, that's what happens. If someone has a YouTube channel and puts info on the internet for public to see, is it then doxing?
If it's private info, yeah, it's considered dox. And if you're putting someone's private info up, and that goes for anyone's who ever done it, putting any information on somebody on stream it's considered dox and giving their info out.
Yeah, it's like I have my name up, and people use my name to get all my personal information. I mean, that's me.
No, I think it's real creepy to look people up. Like, personally, I wouldn't even want to, even if there was 1 button to press to say, see what, I don't know, Joe Schmo has done his whole life. I wouldn't even hit that button, honestly. I don't care. You know, I don't want to know. It's not that important.
I had a person literally online reading my Google reviews that I put up. They did a show about my Google reviews.
Oh, yeah. That's
I mean, think about that. I mean, and nobody said, "Oh, that person's doxing." They gave that
Well,
person
it wasn't your address or nothing. It was just what was it? Google reviews on what, book reviews or stuff like
no,
that?
no. On when I got surgery, I was going to a pain clinic, so right away they turned that into I was a drug addict, and that's right when I came out of surgery. And then I also any complaint I ever made about a place, a motel where there were bed bugs, I actually disavowed, and they brought that shit up,
That's
and you know.
great. That's funny, but yeah, it is. I wouldn't go looking. That's not good to go looking stuff up, because then you do that, then people are going to do it to you. And when you say, "Why are they looking me up or crying? Why is everybody doing this to me?" It's like, wait a minute, you've done this before. So it gives people the high moral ground to mess with you in their mind, even though I don't agree with it.
And I've had everybody's phone number from the beginning. Most of them gave them to me. I can honestly swear on my child, I've never given out any of these phone numbers to these rats. I mean, not the rats, to these doxers, to
No,
these
nobody
trolls.
should. No, that's low.
But because I had their numbers, these people think that I did do it. So there's nothing I can do to defend
Well,
myself.
without proof, like once again, they need proof. I'm not going to come out and say, "Hey, Lee gave my number out," which you don't have, but let's say you did, without proof that you did it, because it's going to make me look like the boy who cried wolf. Next time I want someone to know something really important, they're going to be like, "Wait a minute, last time this guy said this and that."
Okay, cousin Paulie, Lee Cole 3. Like I said, if you are talking to one person one day and then they're commenting bullshit, why would you believe it was them? There are millions of trolls. Would you say that the more the internet grows, the more and more trolls are going to come alive?
What do you mean? The more, the bigger a channel gets?
No, anything in general. The internet's just like flourishing. Okay, it started like in 1997, and it was nothing, and now look at it. And you got some people that are trolling that have nothing to do in their life.
Well, here it is. Listen, there's all kinds of people from all walks of life to troll. Here's why. You can say and do it. You can act like a jerk. There's people that you could say whatever you want. No one knows it's you. So I don't know. Some people get off on it. It's just there's a lot of people, and who knows why they do it. Who knows why I do it? Well, I have some of my personal reasons, but it's just funny.
While I have you here, I might as well ask you this. This is a good question. Lee Cole, what are your thoughts? And I'm going to ask you this question. What is your thoughts about Francis and Gravano sit down?
I thought it was weird. I thought Sammy didn't even want to be there, but he had a contract, so he had to be there. And they were just acting like little kids. But I thought Michael came out looking better than Schmiegel. But Schmiegel's just a little maniac crypt keeper.
If you watch Sammy Gravano, he still looks like a madman that would shoot somebody if he had that opportunity.
Of course. Listen, Gravano would definitely kill someone if he could get away with it.
If he was in a room with Michael Francis and he had a gun and they were arguing like that and nobody else was around, I don't think we'd ever see Michael Francis again.
I don't know about that. I don't know if he would shoot Michael. I could see him punching him like in a little Sammy Schmiegel mental rage. I don't think he'd take a gun there and shoot him, but I think he might try to attack him and go and like lunge at him or something like that. I don't know if he'd shoot him in case Michael did something really bad to his family, maybe, but I doubt it.
The fact is, most rats will be on YouTube, like it or not. That's why I tax them and give dollars to guys who ratted on me, Gene B included. Well, I don't understand this, but I read it. This genre has gone way too far from being a mafia genre. I mean, who is this Jessica girl, and what does she have to do with the mob? I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Nobody knows who she is. It's just a girl that I think she's an Aaron Carter super fan, which makes no sense because I even messaged the trolls page and like, this ain't them. He's like, well, you even said she trolls Aaron Carter. Well, this lady's not trolling him. She's like a super fan. She's
Who the
posting
fuck is
all
Aaron
his
Carter?
I don't know. He's like some bubble gum, like pop. Ever hear of I don't know, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
Oh, that guy. Oh,
it's his
that
little
Aaron
brother.
Carter.
It's his little brother.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
weirdo.
So he has a bunch of people that are
Well,
his
not
fans.
so much anymore. Well, yeah, he's got fans, but not so much anymore. But about a year and a half ago, he was acting like a maniac on the internet, and we were, me and a whole bunch of other people were just trolling him and stuff like that.
Wise Guy TV says this is what you get when the mob meets the internet.
Well, this ain't the mob. There is no mob.
Exactly.
They're rats.
Actually, Michael Francis and Gravano, you can call them mob, but they still.
Well, they were gangsters, yes. But I think most of it's scripted, though. A lot of it's going to be scripted, man. A lot of it. I agree with Wise Guy TV, meaning, yeah, they're going to act crazy because Sammy's a nut. And a lot of it is scripted, but I do believe Schmiegel legitimately got mad at him and stuff.
Do you think that Michael Francis is a snitch?
Oh, yeah, he ratted on the guy, Norby Walters. And he called him Nobby. Sammy's like, Nobby. It's like it was Norby. But he's not as like, all right, he's not like a Gravano, but he still took the stand on the guy and got the guy in trouble.
Did the guy get any time or anything?
I think he did. I don't know too much about it, but yeah, he did get arrested and go to jail. I don't know how much time he did, but he did go to jail.
What got me about that argument was the fact that Sammy Gravano put away hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And some of his best friends.
Yeah.
Guys that looked up to him. Sammy killed people that were his friends.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to compare what he did to what Michael Francis did. I mean,
well, a rat is a rat, but Michael only put, let's say, even though it's still bad and disgusting, he was one of many rats who put one guy in jail. Sammy's one rat who put many guys in jail. So it's all bad, but Sammy looks insane trying to, like, saying, I'm not a bigger rat than you or whatever.
But don't you think that Michael Francis may have actually really turned his life around?
Yeah, I still think he's kind of a con man with the religious stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's a scumbag lowlife like Gravano. You know, I still think he's a con man and stuff, but he does good for his family and stuff. And seems like a good dad and stuff, but yeah, I just think he's a con too.
And you see him go on shows.
I did I'll say one good thing about, I love his take on the new woke. He hated the Saints of Newark, and I respect him for that. I respect that part about how he hated the Saints of Newark because they made Italians look so terrible, made us a bunch of cuckolds and woman killers, and the show was terrible. So I did like his take on that, but he's still a stoolie.
You know what's funny? You and I did it that night. We did reviews, and I never seen your review. You never seen mine, and we did our reviews on that movie, and we both.
Well, I got to confess, Lee,
identical.
I hacked your computer and found out what you were going to do, and I copied you.
Well, people were saying to me, "Oh, you copied MRE," and I'm like, I didn't even see his review. I went back and looked at your review, and it was like everything I said. It was like down to a T, but it didn't take.
People don't realize you're my uncle. I'm your nephew. People don't realize that.
And people don't realize when. How disappointing was that movie?
Oh, very because I love The Sopranos, but it was very disappointing. It made no sense. Like I said, the black dude as the Terminator walking down the street, firing the shotguns. Everybody else is ducking, but he's not. And then they look at each other and don't even kill each other. And they're killing women. And it just was so terrible.
And that woman magically appeared in his bed.
Yes, magically. They didn't work together or have any kind of relationship or friend. Like there was no lead up to it. She was just boom, had to be in his bed because he was so cool. Like it was ridiculous.
And if you remember the Sopranos series, in the last couple of years, it started going woke. In the beginning, it didn't, but then all of a sudden, when the son started getting older, they made him totally woke.
Yeah, they did.
And the show really got damaged. But what do you know about Dexter?
Dexter? Oh, okay. Yes, I've seen. Years ago, I seen the first season with a girlfriend of mine.
Okay, well, it was one of my favorite shows, and then it ended, and it was going for 8 years, and they just brought it back.
Is it good?
Purely woke.
Really?
They destroyed. I mean, it was so bad. I tried to get to part
shame.
5, and I couldn't get through part 5. I had to stop.
Well, I like the first season of Dexter, but if it's all woke now, I couldn't watch it.
Woke, like at the highest level, you know. I mean,
just terrible, ain't it?
Oh, it's terrible because they take these great shows like Dexter and like The Sopranos, and look what they did. They follow them up with
They
woke
put
murders.
politics in it. Leave the politics out of it and make it make sense. Like I don't want to see no politics in movies or sports. I don't want to see right wing politics. I don't want to see left wing. Keep that stuff out of it. Make it entertainment and be realistic with stuff.
And when you're talking like about the Saints of Newark's, back then the mob was so vicious. There was no politics. I mean, these guys were brutal. I
Yeah.
mean, they were at war. They were killing each other in the street. I mean,
Well, there was no such thing as the blacks versus the Italians, anyways. That was ridiculous. That was just to inflame racial tensions, to be quite honest. There was no beefs between maybe a couple of times. I'm sure there was some black guys and Italian guys who got in fights, yes, but I don't think there was like big sections of black neighborhoods and Italian neighborhoods like West Side Story fighting it out with switchblades or anything like that. That's ridiculous. Or like how they blamed the black dudes are just so angry because the Italians or something. It made no sense.
oh, it was, and they made it seem like they had no honor. That the Italians had no honor. The movie.
Yeah, it made them look like women killers and
Yeah.
a bunch of simps too. It made them look like cuckolds, weaklings. Like all their guys are getting killed and they're not retaliating. It was so bad.
Like the guy would kill the father and then he drowns the wife in the. I mean,
Makes
what
no
the
sense.
Fuck. Like, first of all, Italian men are very honorable to their family, especially back then. I mean, they
Yeah.
wouldn't kill their fathers like that,
No.
or drown
Especially-
their wives.
Especially over that. Like why the only way someone would probably kill their dad if he like did real mean perverted things to them and maybe rape them and beat them their whole lives. But no, he's not gonna kill his dad. Well, I remember you hit mom before and you hit that girl, the new Guma, and he's gonna kill her. That's just ridiculous.
Okay, this says,
Ridiculous.
you have to teach Tony how to do live streams. You and the other contact creators need to tell him how to do it for clickbait. But you know what? You guys can teach Tony how to do it. But you know who has the #1 busiest podcast right now? Tony.
Oh.
Tony keeps erasing his videos. If you look at Tony's numbers, Tony's doing like 8,000 views a day.
Really? Wow.
Yes, 8,000 a day, anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 a day.
It's way more than I get.
Yeah, and so people can mock Tony and say what they want about Tony, but Tony is doing better than anybody right now. The reason his numbers aren't high because Tony don't give a shit, and he'll just erase his videos.
Well, I would say that I don't agree with him like all the stuff that happened on either side, but he is funny when I see him debate people and argue with people, and you too. You did well in those debates and them arguments with them guys. Like when it comes to on live stream, you do shut them down on live stream,
Yeah,
I did that was funny.
It's not hard because they have so many weaknesses. And they underestimate.
I just don't think they know how to bant. They're just not good with it. Nothing against them guys, but they don't know bant. They don't know how to bant. It's just like something I did, and just like no
like,
bants.
They like to underestimate people. It's like, oh, he's an old man. I could just walk all over him. They don't understand that.
No, Paps is a good arguer. He's good at arguing. I've seen him on a few live streams lately, and he really dominated on there.
And here's another thing.
I wouldn't say he was right on everything.
Sometimes when I say,
he did good though. He held his own, and he did good.
And you know what's funny though? I spent many years in Brooklyn, and you have people that refuse to say that I'm from New York, even though I put proof out there. I talked about where I worked, where I lived. They still don't want to admit that I'm from a New Yorker.
They know you're from New York. They're just trying to bust your balls and get you mad.
No, they mean it. They actually do shows where they say, "Oh, he's not from New York," and because they're not from New York,
maybe they don't know how long you lived there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and I always tell them I lived in New York for the first 32 years of my life.
All right, if you lived there for the first 32 years, you are a New Yorker.
Yeah.
If you live somewhere for the first 32 years of your life.
And my family lives there, and the only reason I don't go back to New York is because it's total nut job there. I mean, it's being
Well,
run
New
by
York's
nut
getting very
jobs.
violent. New York's
Yeah.
getting very, very violent.
Violent, and you have extremists running every office there. So there's no desire for me to go back to New York.
Yeah. Know what I'm curious about? I'm curious if this girl hits me back. I hope she does. I hope she does. And I wonder if that channel is going to have the decency, or one of the content creators is going to ask the channel, like, this don't make sense. You're saying this is Lee's daughter and you got her picture up. So you're doxing some innocent girl who doesn't come on YouTube, and you're doxing this girl. Well, it can't be both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It's either Lee's daughter or Lee's daughter's the Jessica Melissa girl. Like, what the fuck?
Okay,
And how can you prove that?
I want Mustache Pete. Did you listen to anything we said? You saying, Lee, it's kind of hypocritical to speak about docs and new beginnings when they doxed all of FBS's info months ago. First of all, I got doxed way before FBS got doxed.
And not only that, New Beginnings didn't dox him. That was Bloody Face. Okay, right. That was Bloody Face.
And then also Mustache Pete. And I'm telling you this because you're always in FBS's chat rooms. So let me tell you this much right now. You saying this, right, that months ago, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about innocent people being doxxed.
Yeah, she wasn't talking.
Yeah, we're not talking about FBS being doxxed, me being doxxed. We're talking about innocent people. We're talking about an innocent person that was doxxed. If you're okay for that, you really got to question yourself.
Because yeah, put it this way, Mustache Pete. Do you think if New Beginnings was really doxxed, let me tell you what would be happening. The channel would be down, and we wouldn't be talking. I wouldn't be on here talking about it, bringing attention to it, because they, like I said, I've trolled with them before, and I consider them. I like them. You know, I've known them, and you think I would come on here and spread they would be in the chat promoting me spreading their docs, dude. No, they would take it right off the internet. They would be off. They'd bow right out, because you know that's the game.
And then they come back at that person 10 times worse, and you wouldn't even know who they were next time. Yeah, and that's what they would do.
Most likely, yes, but they would leave. That channel would be gone, and they would stop. They'd probably leave for a few months and then come back, because you think they're going to put their children at risk and stuff? No, they're going to take off. So they doxed an innocent person. You just can't prove that's New Beginnings. All right, if someone's going to put it up, show me the proof that that's her then. Show me the proof that that's that woman. You got nothing. All you got is take my word for it, because people in the chat told me. Because you have no proof.
Because you got two of the weakest, saddest trolls giving you information that have been trying to bring me down since I started here. So
it's not the trolls' fault. It is, but it's the content creators for believing the trolls. The trolls are just doing, Jesse Gaddy and the other guy are just doing their job, being asshole trolls. You know what I mean? It's all in the game. But the content creators are the ones who their strings are being pulled by these people.
Wise Guy, I lived in Long Island 31 years. I'm a full-blown Wise Guy TV. You know, it's funny you said that. You know, I'm not a New Yorker, but my family has in Nassau Knolls. Any Long Island person or Queens person knows that. I have a family plot there where we have 20 cemetery plots. I mean, that's how much of a New Yorker I am. That's where our family's buried. I would not do good at box office, JC. That's okay. I'm going to do a couple more and shut this down in a couple of minutes. Trump I'm not going to get into politics.
Yeah, but like I said, before Lee goes, why didn't that person who put the video up explain how they found out that was the person? Because like I said, they got two different pictures up of two different people. Look at the page. Yeah. They've got Lee's daughter and then this girl, who are not the same person. So like, I don't understand how these content creators can back that or support it. It's like, wait a minute. These are two different people. You can't have it both ways. You're doxing an innocent person, and that's what this stream was about, doxing an innocent person.
And one of those people is in the military, a good person.
Yeah, so you're attacking the troops right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and you're going to go after that good person that has nothing to do with this. I mean,
and they know it has nothing to do with it, because you're looking at the other girl's name and you know it's not her. So whoever runs that channel is so full of shit, and you're killing your own credibility too by doing that.
Tyrants running New York, tyrants are running.
And and the New Beginnings page didn't dox them. Bloody Face did, and that was wrong.
Mustache Pete, once again, we're talking about innocent people that have
They
nothing
also
to do
put
with
the info. No, Mustache Pete, you're wrong. New Beginnings didn't put the info out. It was Bloody Face. New Beginnings said they only put up what political party they were in and crossed out the name because I asked them. I don't like doxes. I don't.
And do you know how I met New Beginnings? Because they were trolling me, and one of them called me, and
Yeah, how did you meet up with them?
I talked to that person on the phone. Then he put my phone conversation up, and it didn't bother me because everything I said in the phone conversation I meant.
So you talked to Mr. Newbie or Mrs.
Yes,
Newbie?
Mr. Newbie.
Was he using the voice changer or no?
No, well, no, he was like just talking regular, and he said he was at work and stuff. And then we were talking. He got me to put that day I was angry. That was when all that shit went on, and he knew it. That was the day that's when I had when Stacks had that put all that stuff out on me with thin gray line.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I was getting 100 calls a day. I mean, it was horrible, and because he has the sleaziest people, and they were just calling me saying horrible things, man. I mean,
and what did New B call you up?
Well, he called me up and he was like, he was talking to me for a couple of minutes, and I said, okay, at least this guy ain't no scumbag. And the next thing I know, he has my phone call up.
He can be a little nutty. Listen, I've never even heard him without a voice changer, so that's funny. But I've never heard him without a voice changer, and that's he can be a nutcase at times. But I would say the wife's more level-headed for you. Sorry, Mr. Newbie, but Mrs. Newbie's a little more level-headed.
Yeah, that's what it makes me fit. The next thing I know, she's my daughter.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that's bullshit because go look at that. I don't want to spread the docs, but on the channel, trust me, and everybody knows it. There's a picture of Lee's daughter up there, and then a woman with a different name and different face. So they're doxing two innocent people for no reason. But principles facts have nothing to do with it, right? People are hypocrites.
Exactly. I mean,
it's stupid. And then when it happens to these people, they're going to be like, oh, no. It's like, well, stop doing that to other people. Even if it happened to you, two wrongs don't make a right. And how long are you going to take this? You're going to keep going tit for tat and doxing people and giving stuff up?
So let me ask you a question. What do you think about this shit going on between iLight, Tony, and FBS, the way they're going at it right now?
I don't know much about the iLight and FBS stuff. I seen that like iLight put a
you got to listen
a video up about FBS calling the cops on Tony or something like that. And I obviously know that Tony Pizza and FBS have been fighting, and mothers' names put up on screen, and mothers called, and people calling mothers and all that crazy stuff. It should be stopped. They should just all give it up. It's stupid. It's not worth it. Because, like I said, where does it go? Like, where do you keep taking it until, like, what? Somebody friggin' sends some, like, fucking weird prostitute or, like, a donkey show to your house or something dumb?
A weird prostitute with donkeys?
No, like a donkey show. You know, like,
that actually sounds kind of interesting.
No, not prostitutes with donkeys. Real donkeys, like, going to your house saying, hey, it's like a party. Like, you know, little kids ride donkeys and ponies. Yeah. Like, people send crazy shit to people's homes.
Okay, we got New Beginnings. They got my number from the docs.
Huh?
New Beginning. Remember, I was telling you that it was her husband that called me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they got my number because I was doxed that day.
Oh, that's how they called you. Okay, gotcha.
So that dox did a lot of damage, but not really, because I'll be honest with you, New Beginnings kind of evened this shit up. I was getting crushed. But to have money for education, okay.
What did Jenny Patterson say? I've never heard MRE say that about Tony. I'd be surprised if he did X. What does that even mean? I don't know.
You don't really talk about Tony. So
no, Tony's not a rat. There's nothing to talk about. I don't agree with him attacking people's wives and stuff. I really don't. And I don't agree with them doxing his mom and vice versa. But
I don't think this is the real Anthony Carunas.
No, there's a bunch of fake, you call it?
We call it was.
There's fake FBSs. There's fake Tony Pizzas. They always come in and try to like make threats and stupid stuff, but they're fake accounts.
Stugat says, Lee, it was FBS who doxed you way back on Stack's show. I went back and watched that. It was FBS screenshot who then sent it to Stacks, and FBS played like he wasn't involved. You know what? It doesn't really matter. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was Thin Gray Line that did that.
Yeah, it was an accident. He put it up to the screen. He didn't realize the what was it? He didn't realize it would show the number or something to that effect.
Do you know I had somebody from Massachusetts call me a week and a half ago, and I did a show on it, and I was going to dox that person's phone number because they were threatening my life. I was going to do a show and put their phone number up. Do you know that I still have my show on private and still don't want to put that show up because it has that bastard's phone number in it that threatened my life?
Well, here's why. You don't know if they got some innocent wife, some children at the house, But people shouldn't be calling people up and threatening each other. That's just crazy. Make fun of each other on YouTube, but when people got to make threats, it's just stupid and it's ridiculous. Over what? YouTube arguments?
I actually gained some respect for you because you didn't block me the first time I went into your chat room. Then you started slandering Shauna and blocking me. Okay, well, see, this is the whole thing. Nothing personal, but Shannon's been slandering him too. So it's a two-way street. And this is what I'm talking about, everybody being involved. Okay, well, I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Well, like I said, I wanted to come on and let everybody know that you just doxed a fake person. You just doxed some innocent person. I don't know that person or not. I don't know that person at all, if they're good people or not. Let's hope they're a good person. But even no matter what, you shouldn't dox someone that you don't know who they are. You shouldn't dox anybody. And this person doesn't know who they are, and they don't know who Lee's daughter. It's not Lee's daughter, man. Look at it. There's two pictures up on the same friggin' channel. It's ridiculous.
Right now, innocent people are being pulled into this left and right, And
it's not worth it. Stop it. And the content creators control the ship because you control the chat rooms and everything. So don't let these people dox. Even behind the scenes, tell them not to do it. It's stupid.
Yeah, and I don't want no information on nobody because I would never release any information on nobody.
Yeah, and just because somebody gives you information, that you don't have to release it. Like, you're a fucking adult. Just because some chat or someone from your chat's like, hey, I got this on somebody. Have some fucking morals and don't release it.
I had somebody send me a bunch of information on somebody, and the person that they sent it on, I sent that information to that person, and I said to them, hey, look, someone sent this to me, and they're really saying all this shit about you. I'm just sending you this stuff so you know what they're saying. But I didn't dox that person or talk about that stuff because I didn't, but us content creators, we get all sorts of emails on people all the time.
I can imagine.
Shit you wouldn't believe. I mean, I'm sure FBS has it. I'm sure Tony gets it. I got it. We get stuff that you just wouldn't fucking believe. And half of this shit's not true.
Exactly. A lot of it's disinformation. You got to think these trolls want their friggin' words spoke about on stream. So they're going to send you and attack the people they don't like. So they're going to send you disinformation, all kinds of stuff.
Mob Entertainment, I'm blocked Callie G. I didn't block him, so I don't know why you got blocked. You shouldn't have been blocked. Okay, well, I'm going to cut the show off. Thanks so much for coming in, MRE.
All right, Uncle. Might tell Granny that you said hi.
When do you have your next show coming on?
I don't know. Maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know.
That's what I love about you, man. You just never know. You just do your show.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of that girl, Jessica/Melissa, because I would like to bring her. Like, I don't know if she would come on, but I'm going to ask her to come on.
I'll offer her some money.
I could, but it's not really that important to me. But I would like to see her take on it or whatever, and to prove the people wrong. Because I love, like, when people throw shit out there they have no proof of, and you prove them wrong, and they won't admit to it.
No, they won't. Yeah. Okay. Well,
like,
listen.
I just want to say, I would say bye.
Okay.
No, just bye. Thanks for having me on, Lee.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'm going to say one thing. You take care, my man.
God bless.
Bless. Okay, well, that's the show. I never expected to do a show in the morning, and thank you, everybody, for being here. And that's that. We can keep this fighting going, or we can just do our shows and go in another direction. But this had to be done about the fake doxing because it's really not cool. I mean, it's out of control. We're doxing people right now that aren't even involved with anything going on in here. Think about that. I mean, Sick shit. Everybody take care. Thank you all for coming up. Coming on and watching the show. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like button, and everybody take care.